Alright fellas, here we're back at Pokemon Masters, and we've got the data mine here for November 2023 / late October, whatever, right? So we're going to be looking at the sync pairs and whatnot, getting a good overview, as well as looking at the boosts for some of these characters. This video will be going over the boosts here for Leaf, as well as Champion Iris. I'm not calling her alt. Okay. And we're also probably going to be going over, let's see, we'll go over Roxie and Piers as well for sure, and then we'll also go over Ryuki, and then we'll, end the video there, and then the next video should cover everything else. So that's what we'll be doing here. We'll be going over Roxie, Piers, and Ryuki, as well as the boost for Iris and Leaf. So yeah, if that's what you're here for, awesome, stick around. If it's not, you'll have to wait for the next video. Oh boy, this month is a little... I like I like the pairs and the characters and all of that, right? Not the variety scouts. The PokeFairs are nice. The spotlight is nice. The free stuff is nice. Not big on the variety scouts being Espeon. That's my only real problem, because we're gonna get variety scouts. I can't complain. Not big on the mixed scout thing at all, really, unless it's massively updated to be worthwhile. But other than that, whatever, right? So I can't really put in too many inputs. I am a little bit upset that we're still not getting Sprint and Field EX rolls, but hey, whatever, seems to not matter. And the fact that we're getting a big overabundance of Strike, but whatever. Let's go ahead and we'll look at Iris's, Champion Iris's Grid Expansion, or PokeFair tiles rather, first, because I'm actually very interested, because I do like the sync pair. So 2 out of 5 she gains Stalwart and Unbending, useless as normal. At 3 out of 5 is obviously the same thing. 4 out of 5 she gets Entry Team Stat down 1. Lowers one of the following stats of all opposing sync pairs by random when the user enters a battle. Okay, this is useless. Basically, this is useless. Dragon Rush Aggravation 2. That is good. That is definitely very, very good. Does she have Aggravation already? She does not, so this is definitely very, very good. 3 out of 5 she gets Soften Up and Trainer Move Honing Hit 9. When the user's Trainer Move is successful, raises her attack by 2 and crit by 1. You're still going to need a support. You're still going to need either NPR or a support in order to actually, buff your stuff to max. So, basically, all of this is useless, I would say. I'm going to be honest. The only thing good, in my opinion, is Dragon Rush Aggravation. That's all I'd say is worth it. For a crit on a sync move, you can reset. Soften Up just is not worth it for 5 out of 5. And for Honing Hit 9, it's still not really that great in your self-sufficiency. You still need a support. And it's also not hard to get a crit and attack support, right? You still got things like fucking Hop and Sonia. Cool, bud. Cool. I think Logic Giovanni is actually able to do it now as well. Cool. Alright. And that is just a dog shit passive. Anyway. Whatever. Hey, Ryuki. Let's go ahead and look at Leaf and Eevee's Grid Expansion for, Eeveelution Day. Also, we'll be going over the Egg Eeveelutions. I forgot to mention that. I probably should have mentioned that. Anyway, 2 out of 5, let's see, turn to be ramped up. I guess I'll just do this, sure. Where is though? Right there. Okay. So, Trainer Move all ramped up 1, buff special attack of all allies, Trainer Move critical squad, that's definitely very, very good. Trainer Move Berserk bunch, and then debut damage reduction physical. Okay, this is whatever. Okay. I was honestly kind of expecting something like Team Gimme 5, or something, or whatever the ability is for your for the sync move, where you get all ally stats raised or something, whatever it is. But honestly, I'll take this too. Crit buffs definitely very, very good. Special attack and attack buffs on the trainer move, just for faster buffs and whatnot, because you will be using her support EX. It'll be raising their attack by 2 and special attack by 2. You can use a trainer move twice, and their attack will be plus 4 at that point, and then crit will be plus 2. Definitely good. Yeah, honestly, I can't say I complain about. I can't complain about this. This is good. Just straight up, it's good. All right, awesome. So glad someone got something good this month. Well, we'll look at the Eeveelutions next, but let me go ahead and get Roxie or Piers. We'll get Roxie loaded up. All right, now let's look at the eggs here. All right, looking at the eggs, I am filtered by ground. That's not good. Apparently, all of the Eeveelutions are tech, and I don't know how the evolution for them works. I need to filter. That's my Pokedex Pokemon, isn't it? Release date. There we go. Okay, let's see here. I'm pretty sure all of them can be shiny. Is Eevee anywhere? Is Eevee an actual egg Pokemon? It doesn't look like it, huh? I don't know how that's gonna work then. Okay, sure. Well, it's okay. The Eevees all individually evolve. That's what I remember. Apparently, they have each their evolution or something. I don't know how it works, but either way, they're all tech. So, and I guess they can all be shiny. So let's go ahead and see how they can do. So, they can be shiny. So weak to grass, obviously water, tech, sync pair. Looking at this, what are the stats? I'm gonna assume that all the stats are just gonna be the same for all of these fellas. I'm just gonna assume. Okay, probably, yeah. The stats are about right. I mean, if you want to also give them, I'll just give them 5-star potential, I guess. I don't know if you can actually do this or not. Stats don't look too good, but whatever. Water Pulse, Rain Dance, that's good. Raises defense and special defense, raises special attack. Racing Rain Dauntless. It's pretty useless outside of the rain, gonna just be honest with you. Speed's not bad. Jolteon sets electric terrain, as probably figured. Okay, I'm gonna guess they all got the same type of thing here. Sets electric terrain, let me guess, Sun, yep, of course. Speeding Sun. Let me guess here. Psychic terrain. Psychic terrain. Okay. You could not set Dark Zone. You set Dark Zone? Bruh, we got free Dark Zone. Well, quote unquote free, because you have to actually pick up the Eevee. Free Dark Zone. Shit. Grassy terrain? Goddamn. Huh. That's cool. You're gonna be Hail, right? You can't. Bruh! We got 2 Glaceons and their Ice Wish. Okay. Fairies. Okay. I can fuck with this. That's cool. Okay. So they're all the same, fundamentally, but they can turn to each type of boosting terrain. I thought Glaceon was just gonna be like Hail or something. I didn't figure they'd give away these actual terrains for free. We got Rain, Electric Terrain, Sun, Psychic Terrain, Dark Zone, Grassy Terrain, Ice Zone, and Fairy Zone. All free. That's very good. We have Ghost Zone for free. We had Grassy Terrain free from the Sprigatito, but now we got it again, and now we've got 3 more terrains that are now free. That's awesome. Alright, these guys obviously these aren't going to be like the most impactful of sync pairs, let's just be real here. But that's good, honestly. Finally, having 3 of those zones for free. If you've never picked up one of the 3 fucking Dark Zone setters, especially with 2 of them being available recently, and 1 available right now, whatever, you still got that free one there. And if you never picked up Sygna How or Sygna Wally, you got yourself a free Fairy Zone. And if you never picked up Airida, you got yourself your Ice Zone. That's awesome. With the same Pokemon, though. It's kind of funny. Whatever, that's awesome. That's awesome. Alright, now let's look at the Roxie here. She's a PokeFair sync pair with the Tech Roll, EX Roll of Special Strike. She's a Poison type, weak to Ground, and she can Dynamax. That's awesome. Okay. So looking at her stats here, at level 145 stars, 351 speed, 419 special attack, 351 physical attack, which does not seem to matter, 650 HP, 176 in the defenses. Not bad stats, about average, I would say, really, for any damage dealer, for the most part. Good speed, for sure, finally. Okay, and looking at her moves, Frenzied Sludge Wave, activation condition is when there is an opponent affected by a status condition, and then deactivation condition is when there's no longer anyone affected by a status condition. That's good. Easy, probably. I hope. I don't know how they'll do it, but hey, cool. Lowers target special defense by 2. Has a 10% chance of leaving the target poisoned. The attack's power is increased by 50% when the terrain is electric terrain. That's good. And of course, it's a 2-gauge move. 240 base power hits all enemies. So, it's going to get that reduced damage, but that's still not too bad. That's not too bad. Especially because it does get that innate power buff, as well as debuffing all enemy special defense. That's very good. Electric terrain, of course, being set, that's also very, very nice. Decent amount of characters can do it, but it's not like one of the most oversaturated like sets for a boosting field effect, like Rain, where you have a shitload of them. Electric terrain, a little bit on the lower side. Overdrive hits all enemies, 4-gauge move, 192 base power, pretty much worse in every way than this. Poison on stage, 1 use, applies gauge acceleration, raises their special attack by 4 and crit by 3. Okay, and Rock Them Away Poison Beam, more target special defenses, lower the grid of power of this attack. That's a good innate multiplier. I like that. Okay, I like that. So, she can also set Poison Zone, I believe, but this is good. I like this just as it is. I like being able to set Electric Terrain, having the power boost on your AoE move here whenever terrain is Electric Terrain. She's debuffing special defense, 10% chance of poison, but whatever. I like it. I like it quite a bit. And then the innate multiplier is very good. She's got Amped and Vibed, turns the field of play into Poison Zone the first time the user's max move is used each battle, extends duration of Poison Zone when the zone turns into Poison Zone while she is on the field. Okay, that's good. obviously. So when she uses her max move, we got Max Ooze, which buffs special attack, which is good because she can now buff her own special attack to max. And then G-Max Stun Shock if you prefer to go for it, which leaves all enemies poisoned or paralyzed. I guess at random. Okay, and then that's how you up and unlock your Frenzied Sludge Wave, and then you just start spamming that shit. Easy. Hey, that's good. That's actually very, very good. Turbocharge 3, quickly charge engage when it feels electric terrain, and then hit poisoned opponent attack and hit... Okay. 100% chance to lower enemies attack by 1 when the user's attack move is successful against the poisoned or badly poisoned opponent. 100% chance of lowering target special attack when attacking a paralyzed opponent. So basically, whenever you randomly debuff or randomly poison or paralyze an enemy, if you poison them and you hit them with your Overdrive or Frenzied Sludge Wave, you'll be debuffing their attack. If you hit them while they're paralyzed, you'll be debuffing their special attack. Okay, shit, that's not bad. I wish he was a striker, I'm just gonna be honest. But that's not bad. That's not too bad. I like it. I like it. That's cool. At 1 out of 5 here, looking at the grid, neat. I wouldn't say she's too bad. I don't like that her moves are AoE, but I do like that she does get a decent power buff with the electric terrain, but like, could be iffy. It could be iffy, but this, being able to hit these two types super effectively is good for sure. This is definitely very, very nice. So, I'll take this. I like this. This is pretty good. This is definitely a pretty good pair for sure. And the innate multiplier is good. Debuffing special defense is good. Setting 2 different types of, field/zone, definitely very, very good. Or field effects rather. Awesome. Now let's look at the grid. 1 out of 5 we've already said is nothing. 2 out of 5 attack trap. Sure, buddy. Poisoned zone moves up. 30% power buff to overdrive whenever the zone is poison. That's a little iffy, but hey, neat. Well, no, actually not really. No, it's not really. Grounding wire, power induction. Try to remove NPR, HP recovery, I guess. NPR on electric terrain at 2 out of 5. That's actually pretty good. That's actually pretty good. Okay. This is actually not too bad of a 2 out of 5. I probably wouldn't pick it up realistically because it just buffs overdrive, if anything. Nothing too crazy for your Frenzied Sledge Wave, but be able to do NPR on electric terrain is good. That's not too bad. And 3 out of 5. First sync move Poison Zone, turns field to zone and field to play into Poison Zone, and of course it'll extend it from the passive skill. So she's got very consistent Poison Zone. Hit poisoned opponent special boost. 40% chance of increasing the user's special moves next by 1 when its attack move is successful against a poisoned or badly poisoned opponent. This doesn't apply to paralyzed opponents, which is a little iffy, so but that's still good. Poison Zone extension 2. Even more extension for Poison Zone, Max Ooze, Power Boost, as well as Max Stun Shock. Sync Induction 9, 90% power buff to the sync move when the field is electric terrain. Brain Teaser for a 30% power multiplier here. Shock to hit freebie 4, for a 50% chance to apply free moves next when hitting a paralyzed opponent. And Overdrive, again, we went over that. Not too bad, I guess. Realistically, plus the nodes here, her nuke is going to be decent. Nothing super... well, maybe. It's still going to be good. Her nuke's definitely going to be really, really good. Innate special... or innate... what the fuck is this called again? Actually, fuck it. Smarty Pants. Innate Smarty Pants, as well as the 90% power buff from this, is definitely very, very good. That's pretty high power. Plus, of course, you are actually a Tech Sync pair this time, so you have the Tech EX, which is good. And then, of course, you got Poison Zone again on your sync move, so you got a lot of ways to set Poison Zone in order to buff both, your Sludge Wave here, as well as, apply power buffs if you pick up at a pass like this one. So that's definitely very, very nice. Obviously, Electric Terrain, NPR, Electric Terrain. I do wish it kind of had extension, but I can't complain when she already has another extension, right? So this is, yeah, I like it. She's definitely got good power boost, good power plus, Brain Teaser here. These moves already are going to be hitting pretty decently hard. Probably nothing crazy, but I would say that she's going to be hitting pretty hard. She also combines very, very well with Fall Iris, honestly, because Fall Iris has Brain Teaser. She's also able to deal with special defense. Both of you want to do that, so I mean, there you go, hand in hand, right? Those two characters can work very, very well together. Also, I would figure she can probably work very well with Classic Elisa because of the electric stuff. She's able to do actual damage. Elisa's there for the nuke for the most part. You got 2 max moves, right? You can max nuke your opponent. Yeah, she's got some pretty good synergy with some other, poison and electric terrain setters, I guess you could say. And she's very strong, honestly. Yeah, The Brain Teaser's good. This pass is fine, I guess. Whatever. It's basically free power, I guess. Because otherwise you're kind of picking up this ability, which may as well just pick up the stronger option, realistically speaking. If you do want to pick that up anyway. Poison Zone Extension, you probably don't need that, realistically speaking. Let's just be honest with ourselves here. Yeah, honestly, you could probably pick up something like this if you want a full nuke plus some good strength, right? You got the extension on the Poison Zone from the passive, plus setting it here. You got the 40% chance at special moves next here, just for using your attacking moves. Brain Teaser for your DPS. You got a Sync Induction for your nuke, both sync nodes here. And of course, if you do want to, run Overdrive, you can swap some stuff around, pick up the Overdrive here, because she is poison, so you're not going to need the nuke stuff if you want to do, electric damage. Overall, I like her. She definitely looks very, very strong, honestly. Okay, and now let's look at Piers, the opposite side of the spectrum, I guess you could say. He is a striker, and he is electric type. He's got the X roll of support, and he's got the low-key Toxtricity. They are both I'm going to guess that these guys are going to work well together. I'm just going to assume that much. Looking at his stats, 336 special attack is very low. He doesn't use any physical attack, 351 speed, 135 defenses. These are pretty low stats, but I'm going to guess he's going to be broken to make up for that. Kind of low stats. Whatever. He's got Thunder. I don't need to go over what Thunder does, nor Sludge Bomb. These are basic moves. And then Sorrowful Echoes Overdrive, 4-gauge move, 198 base power, hits all enemies. Activation condition is when there is weather terrain or zone activated, and deactivation condition is when there is not. Move power is not lowered even if multiple targets. That's very good. Decreases the amount of move gauge slots needed to use this move by 2 when the zone is poison, and attack power is increased by 20% when the target is affected by a status condition. That's very good. Okay. Very easy to leave enemies paralyzed or poisoned because of these abilities, and of course probably able to set a zone very easily. The show begins, turns field of play to poison zone, there you go. Raises special attack and crit by 2, and you can do it twice, of course, for max crit, plus 4 special attack, and again, setting zone. Okay, he's very good, very self-sufficient so far, I like this. And then low-key Melancholy as a passive skill, turns the field of play into electric terrain the first time the user's attack move is successful each battle, extends the duration of electric terrain when the terrain is turned into electric while the user's on the field. Poisonous Acceleration, quickly charges gauge when zone is poisoned, and then Piercing Blows. Yeah, this guy's meant to be run with Roxie, let's just be fucking honest. These two are already really synergized. Both work off of poison and electric terrain. Both are able to set both of those terrains and extend them, so you don't really have to worry about it. You're meant to run both of these together. These two are meant to be a duo, just straight up. It's another thing like Neo Champion, Sygna, Neo Champion, Calum, right? Obviously not that same level of power, but they both synergize stupidly well together and are getting their full buffs together. Yeah. Only thing you're missing is a master passive. Yeah. Piers does look really good, though, for sure. The poison damage, I feel, is going to be pretty low, just realistically, because Sludge Bomb is a low-power move. He doesn't have any real multipliers for it, I think. Yeah. But he does have some good electric damage, of course. He does have that. He's able to hit enemies AoE and, not have lowered damage. He's able to, do extra power when enemies are affected by a status condition. Able to set Poison Zone on demand is very good as well. Yeah, he works very, very well with Roxie. By himself, he's going to work very, very well as an electric damage dealer, I'm going to bet. But Poison, it's going to look a little bit iffy. For now, anyway. For now. But Roxie also, let's be fair, she does look... Roxie's also kind of iffy when it comes to being a electric damage dealer, but you also got to consider that, she's also got the max move, which is an electric move, and is able to leave all enemies paralyzed, or poisoned. So, you got that as her electric damage, but Piers doesn't really have anything to make up for his poison damage. But it's not bad, for sure. And I'm going to guess in the grid they're going to change that. Speaking of, 1 out of 5, he's got nothing here. 2 out of 5, he's got his sync nodes. That's nice. Turbocharge, electric propulsion, repulsion, whatever. Sludge Bomb, power induction. There you go. And that's pretty much, he's got precision, I guess, too. But, okay, well, actually, precision's good. Good night. Or does... ignores target specials, reduce, ignores, okay, no. I thought Piercing Blows kind of also made it, no, it's Piercing Gaze, close enough. So maybe you do want this, or you want an accuracy buffer or a range support, because actually this could end up being a little iffy for you, if you opt to use it before, using your Sorrowful Echoes Overdrive. But realistically, nothing crazy. These are your only good nodes at 3 out of 5, or 2 out of 5 rather. 3 out of 5, Poison Zone Sync moves up 9. Poison Zone moves up 9. Sharp Entry 1, to remove NPR, that could be good. Conductive Sync turns field to play into electric terrain the first time your sync move is used each battle. Electric Terrain Extension, same thing with Roxie, of course. Hostile Environment, if you want to pick that up. And then free moves next. Okay. So he's very similar to Roxie, and just the aspects where he's able to have a power buff on his move with the opposite field effect. So, you know, he's using a poison move, buffed by electric terrain. He's also got the extension of electric terrain, where she's got extension of poison zone. Conductive Sync, where she's got the poison zone sync, or whatever it's called. They're working hand in hand with each other. Trim of NPR, it's good for the gauntlet more so. You're never going to really use this in a shorter battle setting, like a stadium or whatever. This isn't going to be too impactful. Everything else, though, is pretty solid. I mean, if you're going to run Sludge Bomb DPS, you're going to want this. If you're going to run... You can run Hostile Environment, too, here to get a 90% Paralyze and Poison chance if you want. It's not a bad idea. Free moves next, also not a bad idea, but realistically, after you get this unlocked, it's only 2 gauge, and you have Poison Zone Acceleration 3, and Roxie has Turbocharge 3. Plus, Piers realistically also has Turbocharge 2 here, if you want to pick that up. So you're not really going to need this free moves next thing here. Hostile Environment is also kind of gimmicky. You can just kind of probably reset for a Poison or a Paralyze if you want to. Really, you would just not pick them up because you want to, pick up everything else here. Not that it's possible, but hey, sure as hell can try. You probably don't need the extension, realistically speaking, because you're also setting on the sync move. Again, this is probably your best grid for a nuking Piers here, realistically speaking. His only damage multiplier does seem to be the sync move power buff here. I guess he's got Dirty Sync. But for 3 out of 5 where you're realistically going to have him, this is pretty much what you're working with. It's not too bad. Could be a little bit better. But I'd say if anything, you're probably just going to use a support EX or Roxy's sync move, but she's poison, so kind of depends on how you want to work. I do think that these guys can work very, very well together, though. They look like it anyway. 3 out of 5 for Piers. He's got super preparation on the trainer move. Head Start 1. I'd say Head Start 1's pretty good. This is fine. Trainer with super preparation is fine. But probably not going to need it unless you're doing poison damage, in which case I guess maybe. But whatever. Did I go over Roxy's 3 out of 5 grid? I did not. Or 5 out of 5 grid? I did not. I'll go over that in a bit. Sorry. 5 out of 5, ally sets, weather, terrain, zone, special boost up 9. Increases special moves next by 1 when an ally activates one of those field effects, and Dirty Sync 6. Those are good abilities. Those two are good abilities. Don't know what you're going to trade for them, but those are good abilities. Dirty Sync, definitely for the power buff is very, very good. And then ally sets, any field effect, that's going to be very, very good for getting him some fast special moves next. Yeah. He's looking pretty good. Even with the, PokeFair tiles. 3 out of 5, he's going to be fine. Perfectly fine. He's not going to be needing any help, really. But 5 out of 5, if you want that extra, just monstrous power, this could be useful as well as the Dirty Sync. Sync Nuke's not going to be crazy unless it's at 5 out of 5, but still, that's not too bad. And then Roxie, if we go over her 4 out of 5 and 5 out of 5 knows. Venomous Sync all 9, leaves all enemies poisoned after using her Sync move. That's not really too useful. Ally sets, weather, terrain, zone, team speed up 9. Not really useful. And 5 out of 5 sync move, sync max move, special boost 2. Increases special moves next by 2 ranks after using its sync move or max move. And then electric turn propulsion. This is only really good if you combine it with Pierce's Head Start 1. But this could be good. But overall, I would say this is a good ability, but honestly, I think Roxie doesn't really need the power buff. But she could. It's just good to make her extra stronger, right? Same thing with Piers, really. I'd say that her 5 out of 5 and 4 out of 5 nodes are a little bit less valuable than Pierce's, but I would say that they're still good for sure. Still good equally. But this is probably what you're going to run, because most people are going to go to 3 out of 5, unless Pierce or Roxie are your favorite characters. Then you'll probably take them to 5 out of 5. But hey, whatever. There you go. These guys look like they work very, very well together. Very, very good poison and electric type damage dealers, and zone and terrain setters as well. I'm pretty excited for them. They look very, very nice. Is there anyone else I want to go over here before I have to dip? We'll go over my boy here, Ryuki. We'll go over Ryuki. Okay. We'll see how it works. So he is a Dragon Tech Sync pair with the X roll of Strike. We're just getting more and more techs, aren't we? 448 special attack is very, very good. Defenses look fine. HP is about fine. Speed's pretty low, but I expected as much. Okay. Draco Meteor. Does he have Dauntless? He does have Dauntless. Okay. So he's got Dauntless for the Draco Meteor. He's kind of like Dryzen in that sense. This looks... He's going to be a very, very strong Dragon-type damage dealer. Shell Trap, 240 power, 3 gauge, 2 uses. Takes up counterattack position. The user will leave this posture if hit by a physical attacking move while it is in the counterattacking posture, then will attack all opposing sync pairs. Okay. This looks very... this is probably quite niche. But it could be very, very strong, for sure. It could be something like, Grimsley's, Metal Sound, or whatever, Metal Burst. He's also got Overheat, so same thing, Draco Meteor here. 2 very, very strong fire/dragon options here. And then Pour My Soul, 2 use, raises special attack and crit by 2, and special moves next by 1. Very good trainer move. Fiery Spirit, Dragon Beam, more special attackers raise their rate of powerless attack, and a Brain Power. Okay, and then passive skills, I'm just waiting for it. Star Shout, grants all the following effects when the user uses Shell Tap. Shell Trap. Here we go. Makes opponents target the user for a short time, applies damage guard next to the user, increases special moves next by 2. First Aid 9, restores user's HP by 90% of its maximum HP when it is in a pinch, and then Dauntless. Okay. I see what they're working with. Gotcha. Okay. Okay. So, yeah, I figured as much. They would be doing that Kimono Grimsley thing, where basically, you're probably going to ramp up his special moves next with this, so you're at +2. Use the Shell Trap, have enemies target you, buff your special moves next up to +4, apply damage guard so you don't take damage, they pop you with a physical attack, you wallop them with a +4 special moves next boosted Shell Trap, and just murder the enemy. I like the idea, I do, honestly. It's similar to Kimono Grimsley, and Kimono Grimsley is extremely fun. And I'm going to guess there's going to be ways for this guy to be boosted with his grid. So 1 out of 5 is nothing, 2 out of 5, Trim of NPR, which could be very good, Draco Meteor, Overheat, NPR, Furious Brain on Shell Trap for even more power. Overall, nothing super insane, but the Furious Brain Shell Trap. 3 out of 5, we got Double Down. You're probably going to only be using it for super effective damage, realistically, so I mean, sure, I guess. Because that's what they want you to do, sadly. Vigilance and Sharp Entry 1. Vigilance could be good, but I would just kind of hope for no crit. I'm just going to be real with you. Pinpoint Entry. Sure. I guess. Overheat Scorching Touch, leaving enemies burned. And then Shell Trap, Brain Gain 9, increasing special moves next again, so now you're at +5. And then Sync Burst, restoring MP. Could be good for the turn move as well as setting up another Bomb Trap. Alright, and then Sync Nodes. Thing with this Shell Trap is that you don't have to just use it once. That's the fun part. They target you, you use Shell Trap, you explode on them, you use it again, explode on them again. Because you also got that First Aid 9, right? So, you could definitely make a lot of full use of that. That sounds like fun. That sounds like fun to me. I don't know. I'm not going to summon for him, and I probably don't recommend most people to because he's a Spotlight, but realistically, this looks very fun as a gimmick, and he just looks like he's going to be very fun. He looks like he's going to be able to do some very, very good strength, great power as well with the Shell Trap, combined with the Furious Brain, or Brain Power, so that's pretty good as well. I like him. I do like this kid. This guy looks pretty fun. The Shell Trap explosion is going to be very, very nice to just bomb enemies away. It's going to be kind of funny. I like it. And then, obviously, he's going to be doing very, very strong, super effective damage with the Dragon Sync move and Draco Meteor, as well as, obviously, Shell Trap and Overheat for fire damage. I feel he could probably off-type pretty well with the Shell Trap, combined with Overheat, I guess. Or Draco Meteor, whichever you want to do, really. But I think he could probably do some pretty solid off-type funniness with Shell Trap. I do think so. He looks fun. He looks good as well. Especially for a Spotlight Sync pair. Definitely a very, very good addition. We already got Drasna, so Dragon didn't really need the help. Plus the fact we already had Zinnia and Cyrus. But hey, I'll take it. Plus, obviously, Shell Trap is very, very good and very, very funny. Sadly, he's Dragon, so he's not going to be useful for points in the high score event. But, if he was Fire, that would be cool. But He's not, but it's fine. Overall, I like this so far. I like the synergy between Toxtricity and or Roxie and Piers, and I also do love Ryuki here with his very, very fun gimmick. Not big on Iris's PokeFair tiles. Leaf's Grid Expansion looks like it's good, just straight up good. So yeah, next video I guess we'll be going over Penny, Elaine, Celine, Elia, a lot of Eeveelutions, Red and Venusaur, and then Lodge, Gladion, and as well as Eve. Oh boy, that's a lot of characters to go over. I should have gone over them in this video, but I'm already over time. I gotta do some stuff. Whatever. Yeah, I like the sync pairs. I like them honestly so far. I think they're pretty good. So this is pretty funny. Ryuki's funny. Roxie and Piers have good synergy and they look fun. So yeah. Anyway, those are my inputs and the overview, I guess, for the kits. So yeah, I'll see y'all later. Hope you all enjoyed. Peace.